can't believe I actually let my mom, I let my hopes get up high. My mom's never gonna fight Marion. Never. She won't say boo to her. She will not say boo to her. She will not, she won't say boo to her. Looks like my mom's friend's out of the picture. Surprise, surprise. She doesn't hear from him. Probably because he didn't really want her friendship. He wanted to see what he could get out of this. And, you know, he wasn't banking on me being so smart. You know, probably. I cooperated. I complied. I did, you know. And I also told him the truth, that I don't think when push comes to shove, my mom's gonna go through with this. He probably realized he wouldn't be able to pull the wool over my eyes. She hasn't heard from him. I wouldn't be surprised if she never does. She kept calling him and calling him and calling him because she hadn't heard from him. Finally, he called her once, and that's it. He says he's going through his own problems and whatnot. Bullshit. Probably is going through his own problems, but this isn't gonna happen. My mom won't even, she will not even say to Marion what I've instructed her to say to Marion in regards to the goddamn barking collar. Marion brought it up again. Marion brought it up again, not surprisingly, because my mom won't tell Marion the truth. Marion took my mom to my mom's doctor today, and I said to Marion, I asked her when I got home, I said to Marion, bring up the barking collar, and my mom's like, yeah, what did you say? But Marion just thinks, she doesn't know the truth. She just thinks we're not putting it on Angel because we're lazy. Well, no, that's not the truth. I told my mom to say, if Marion wants the goddamn barking collar, this is coming from me, not my mom. If Marion, not, you know, it's coming from me to Marion, not from my mom to Marion. Marion wants the goddamn barking collar on Omar. I mean, on Angel. She can put it on Angel her fucking self. My mom won't say boo. She won't even say what I told her to say. She won't even say that. She skirts around the issue. Marion keeps asking about the barking collar. My mom says, I just put Angel in the back room. She's supposed to say, Laura bought the barking collar like you ordered her to do. It's been sitting in its box unopened for over a month. She's not going to put the barking collar on Angel. You can shove it up. My mom doesn't have to say that. You can shove it up your ass. She's never going to put a barking collar on Oma. She will move out before she puts a barking collar on. No, my mom won't say a word. My mom won't say a word. So it's time for me to send a letter to Auntie M. My mom won't communicate with her. She won't communicate the truth. So I will. And this is what I'm going to more or less say. Marion, my mother told me that you brought up the topic of the stupid barking collar yet again. So since my mother refuses to tell you what I have instructed her on more than one occasion to tell you, I'm telling you now. I did buy a barking collar online for Angel, as you had ordered me to do for both Omar and Angel, but I never put the barking collar on Angel, and I don't intend to. I also don't intend to ever buy a barking collar to put on Omar. You want to put the barking collar I bought on Angel? Be my guest. But be warned that my mom's friend, Beth, who already really dislikes the fact that you didn't want my mom to buy a heart guard for Angel, is 100% against any kind of barking collar, and more or less said to me that we should put a barking collar on you and see how you like it. She also asked me if I wanted her to have a little talk with you and straighten you out, and I replied, no, what's the point? It won't do any good anyway. See, you think those scent-based barking collars are so harmless. But Angel has major allergies that a scent-based barking collar could possibly aggravate. And Beth even threatened to report my mother to the SPCA when I basically told Beth that I had no choice but to do as you had ordered me to do. Okay? Beth has been a good friend to both my mother and me, Marion. Beth has been helping my mom out in numerous ways for years. And when I arrived on the scene, she began helping me out as well. She drives me to take the dogs to the vets. She's picked me up on more than one occasion at the train station. She's taken my mom to pick up my mom's meds on more than one occasion. She takes me to buy the dogs food. Okay? We also go to the movies. My mom and I go to the movies with her sometimes. She is a really good friend to both my mother and me, and she thinks it's absolutely ridiculous that you don't even live here, yet you're so fucking worried about two little dogs barking and upsetting my mother, who really isn't all that bothered by the dogs barking, because the thing is, she loves both dogs, okay? So you love the dogs she tolerates. She tolerates the barking, and on those rare occasions that my mom has guests over here, she can simply put the dogs in her bedroom. As for me, I'm with Beth 100%. I can't stand the idea of any kind of barking collar being put on Omar, and I will move out and take Omar with me before I ever allow you to put a barking collar on my dog. I have not only paid my mother the equivalent of at least $500 in rent per month the entire time I've been here, Marion. I have also helped my mother out in numerous ways that don't involve the financial. And here are just a few of those ways. I cook, I clean, I help with the dogs, I rent movies to stimulate my mother's mind, I help her, I keep her company, I help her pick out clothes, etc., etc., etc. I do a lot for my mother, Marion, and I do not want a barking collar on Omar, period. I like when Omar barks and growls and makes other kinds of noises, all the little annoying noises Omar makes, tells me he's alive. Explanation point, explanation point, explanation point. Oh, and I also said, little dig here. I did a couple of digs, but, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I have not only paid my mother the equivalent of at least $500 in rent per month, money that she chooses to keep completely separate from all the money you hold of hers. And of course, I do a lot of things for my mom. I help out in numerous ways that don't involve the financial. I knew she was going to bring up the goddamn barking collar again, because my mom won't say the truth. Marion's probably just thinking, oh, they don't know how to put it on, they're just lazy. No, my mom won't say the truth. I'm going to have to send a letter to Marion, because it's just ridiculous. My mom's never going to stand up to Marion in any way about anything. I wash my hands of it all. My mom's friend she met in the mental hospital's not going to help. I was stupid to get my hopes up about that. Grasping at straws, as usual. Grasping at straws, as usual, is Laura. Today I was in a public bathroom, and not very good place, and I I always wash my hands with soap and water. There was no soap. I knew there was no soap, so the toilet was disgusting. And when the toilet's disgusting, you really shouldn't ever sit on toilets, but I have to admit I hate public toilets, but I do, and I usually wipe them down first with toilet paper, okay? But still, wipe them down. Toilet paper really doesn't gonna take germs off, just make sure there's no pee on the seat or whatnot. I sat on my hands, as I'm prone to do in really disgusting public bathrooms, and then I washed my hands really good. There was no soap. I wanted to walk down to McDonald's afterwards and get a coffee frappe, caramel frappe frozen drink with caramel and whipped cream and whatnot, and a couple of cookies. Unfortunately for me, I forgot that I hadn't washed my hands with soap. Like I said, I always wash my hands. Can't say that every single time at home I wash my hands, but your home is different, you know. I don't always wash my hands. A lot of people don't wash their hands every time they go pee. Wash my hands when I go caca, but not pee, you know. I forgot that I hadn't washed my hands. So I'm sitting there, I'm eating my cookie with a tissue, like a thing that came with the cookie, you know, so I don't touch the cookie. But got caramel on my hand, forgot that I hadn't been able to wash my hand with soap, and what did I do? What the hell? That? What is that? I don't know. Oh. Anyway, I licked the caramel off my hand. So to me, it's the equivalent of like licking that disgusting toilet in the public bathroom. That's just gross. I'm sickened by that. I could get sick. My mom's friend, Beth, you know, the one who, you know, loves animals and whatnot. And before I started reading up on it, you know, I wasn't so against the barking collars. But then when Beth reacted so strongly, even to the point where I'm like, what am I supposed to do? My mom's in the hospital. Marion ordered me to do this. She didn't say, before your mom gets out of that hospital, I want both those dogs to have barking collars. She's projecting. She's projecting. Why does she care so much? She doesn't live, you know, she's just a control freak. Ridiculous. She's projecting her feelings. My mom doesn't care. My mom loves Angel. Marion says you're upset by Angel, Mom. She's my dog. She's my dog. I'm used to it, you know? Used to her barking. Sure, it's annoying. I get annoyed. The dogs go nuts when you leave the house. They go nuts, both of them. Angel instigates Omar. They bark all the time when people go by. So what? So what? You have animals, you put up, you tolerate things, you tolerate hair, you tolerate barking. They're little dogs. They're not affecting the neighbors. Marion's just a fucking control freak, and I'm sick of it. She's not going to drop the barking collar thing. She's brought it up more than once. And at some point, she's going to offer, well, I'll help you put it on, you know. She hasn't done it yet, but that'll be the next thing she's going to do. I have to let her know I'll move out. She's not putting a barking collar on Omar, period. Period. Ridiculous. So anyway, I told my mom's friend about that. She's like, you need germs. You know, people get sick or they don't. I know, I understand that. She's like, I'll eat stuff I drop on the floor. Well, so will I. That 5-second roll thing, you know? That's different than doing the equivalent of licking a public toilet. If I put my hands down on that public toilet and only washed them with water and not soap, and then 10 minutes later, I licked the caramel off my hand, that's gross. I could get sick. Just the idea of it's making me sick. Ugh. So I'm going to send that to Marion. I'm going to send that to Marion. I'm going to send a little letter to my cousin. Little letter to my cousin. I'm a bad pussycat. quote bird around 2.5 minutes. Oh, bad pussycat. Bad pussycat. Bad pussycat. What was I gonna send him at? I need to apply for reduced housing. I need to apply for reduced income housing for Section 8. All that crap that can take years to get on. And I want to go for my power walk. Take the doggies for walkies. Take the doggies for walkies and then go on my power walk. 4.6 mile power walk. I've been disgusted all day. I forget. I forget things. I'm not, Just like last night, I was drying clothes. I thought dryers didn't even do this. I'm drying clothes and it's late and my mom's already in bed and apparently I didn't shut the door all the way. Why did the dryer start if I didn't shut the door all the way? That's ridiculous too. It shouldn't start unless the door is completely closed. So I go this morning and part of my nightgown was like wrapped around the door wasn't closed all the way and the dryer still ran. That's ridiculous in and of itself. I don't get it. Dryers should not run unless the door is completely closed. They should have some kind of safety thing in place. But the washer and dryer here are very old. They came with the place. Told my mom, you're 50 instead of 10. And I'm feeling bad for you, thinking that you're poor, that all your money's going to go into your dentist. Meanwhile, you're not. And why don't you buy a new refrigerator? Old one is one you got from Marion, someone who died, friend she knew. You buy a new refrigerator, Mom, you have the money. Why not spend some of it before it all goes into Marion's fucking pocket eventually? I give up, I give up. I let myself get my hopes up about that guy my mom met in the mental hospital. I let myself get my hopes up because of the way he talked. So knowledgeable. He has lawyer friends. So knowledgeable. This is how it is. Totally on my side. Totally against Marion. And it all fizzled out. Surprise, surprise. Just like the guy who was supposed to massage me in public on the beach and I'd pay him $100 fizzled out. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. Not surprised. Just tired, fed up. Tired, fed up, absolutely disgusted that I did the equivalent practically of licking a public toilet. I'm sorry, if you don't use soap, you might as well use nothing. That's how I feel. There's no friggin' soap in there. And that would have been alright, except I forgot. I forgot that I hadn't washed my hands with soap, and I went and licked the caramel off my hand. And it was not long after I walked from the place down to McDonald's. It wasn't that long after. This just makes me ill. And I could get sick. You never know. You never know. I need a massage so badly. I might just do a regular one. This massage thing in public on the beach, where I pay a guy. I want a guy who I'm attracted to. I don't want just anybody. Finding a guy I'm attracted to who's also willing to do such a weird thing, massage me in public on the beach. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. I don't want to pay more than $100, and an escort will cost more. Plus, if I find a guy by a Craigslist or by a dating website or whatnot, the guy more than likely, because I'm not chopped liver, will spend longer with me for free. Even if he's not massaging me the whole time, he'll spend longer with me for free, So I'll get more than an hour out of the $100. But at the very least, even if I never see him again, I'll still get what I want, which is to be massaged and pampered for an hour, where it doesn't hurt, where it's semi-sensual, where, or he might periodically, nibble on my ears, or kiss my neck, or lick my ears, or whatnot. Talk dirty to me in my ear. That's what I want. Definitely don't want a boyfriend, but I don't want an FWB who only likes me for my looks or my body, FWB still includes the word friend, capital letters. It's friend, friend, friend. I'm gonna have sex again for the first time in 5+ years. I want it to be with someone who at least has some caring for me, Obviously he's not gonna be in love with me, obviously, but come on, you gotta care about me a little bit. And vice versa. I don't just want to fuck any old guy. No. Don't. Not when I've waited so long. 5 years and almost 4 months to be exact. It's a long fucking time. There's no getting around this. My mom won't say boo to Marion. I told her again today. If Marion mentioned the damn barking call, I pretty much knew she would. Tell her what I told you to tell her, Mom. Will my mom do it? No. My mom won't say boo. Won't say boo to Marion even when it comes to what I'm saying. She doesn't want any kind of confrontation, my mom. That's her illness, and I can't condemn her for it, but it sucks.